rise to also seek for the amendment of the second leg of this consolidated bill, which has to do with the jurisdiction of the Commission, the EFCC Commission. Mr. Speaker, what the amendment of this section, which is Section 7 of the Act of the Commission, states, I'm coming with I'm seeking the amendment of this section because we've had series, we've had time, we've had occasions where the EFCC has turned itself to become a debt collecting agency as opposed to fighting crime. Mr. Speaker, there has been series of reported cases where the EFCC charged as much as 10% from monies recovered from debtors for valid contractual transactions. This act is dubious, Mr. Speaker, unethical and questionable. It is bad for the EFCC because they now see themselves as a debt collector rather than a crime buster. The EFCC is an anti-graft agency whose main duty, Mr. Speaker, is to investigate financial crimes and not burden itself with the recovery of debts, so it can collect 10% of the recovered sum. Mr. Speaker, what this amendment is seeking is just an insertion, because we already know that what they are supposed to be doing is to fight or to investigate crimes or issues that has to do with finances that has criminal intent or that must have had some kind of fraudulent intentions. So what we are trying to do here, Mr. Speaker, is to insert a proviso in Section 7, subsection 1, to read as follows, that immediately after the last word in the sentence of Section 7, subsection 1b, to insert provided that nothing contained in Section 6, 7, and 13 of this Act shall be construed to confer on the Commission or her operatives any power to take action, enter into any relationship and activity whatsoever for the purpose of recovering funds or monies from any person or institutions for the benefit of another, where such funds or money is the subject of a valid contractual transactions between two parties. Mr. Speaker, essentially what this bill is seeking is that a situation where two parties go into a legitimate transaction and for some reason a party failed to oblige, maybe for reasons that are unforeseen, it is not the duty of EFCC, especially when there is no trace of criminality. It's not the duty of the EFCC to go and begin to harass the party that has reneged or that is challenged, not obliging to, not meeting its obligation to now recover money with the purpose of collecting 10% as commission. So what we are trying to say is that the EFCC should restrict itself within the jurisdiction, within the ambit where, the act that has so established it. So I want to, crave the indulgence of this House. Please allow for the second reading of this part of the bill, that it should pass on the second reading so that at the level of the committee, more input can be made so that the agency can remain focused in what they are established to do. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Now read the second time. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against it say nay. Ayes have it. Clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Economic and Financial Financial Crimes Commission Act, Chapter E1, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to ensure that forfeited properties are returned to the original owners of the proceeds of the crimes or original owners of the property's assets, to enable the Commission act within its jurisdiction and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred